legally.
Because I carry neglect. Will you stop that?
I'm an integrity officer.
Will you stop that?
Sir, you cannot shut me up.
Get that way. Shut that.
You cannot shut me up.
Who does that?
You cannot shut me up.
Will you shut up?
You cannot shut me. I'm an integrity.
Get that way. I was in school when you
I am acting on order, sir.
You are shut up.
Sir, you cannot shut
You are
me
a big
up.
fool.
Sir, I'm not a fool.
You are a fool.
I am not a fool.
Shut up, will you stop?
I am not a fool.
You are a big fool.
I am not a fool.
You are coming close to me.
I am not a fool.
Because I'm an old man. I will just come out and sit like idiot. You are telling us. You are a big fool. What the hell?
All right, everyone's cracking up here. Dr. Martin, that is AI generated. That's what we're talking about. AI.
No, this way is very fake. It's AI. Dr. Martin, over to you.
Over to you. You were here when we discussed this story.
The first point to be made is that, look, this is very embarrassing.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the midst of whatever embarrassing situation, you will see the creativity of Nigerians coming through.
Yes.
Hence all these kits that Nigerians have created. Some are even selling T-shirts. I'm not a fool.
Yeah.
Yes.
They turned
There's
it into
wicked
business.
fabric out there, Dr. Martin.
However, the point needs to be made. I think the minister's behavior is very embarrassing. The way he conducted himself should be seen as a matter of serious concern by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who appointed him. Street fighting is not part of the responsibility of anybody that has been appointed by the president. Because I've heard some people saying that he was acting on behalf of the president. No, I'm not aware that President Tinubu, when he appointed him, gave him the title of Omonile of FCT. Because it's only Omoniles that behave like this. As minister of the FCT, he took the matter into his own hands. He said his officials went to the site and then they told him that they didn't allow them to chase them away. Then he left his office, carried his able-bodied officials and went to the site to go and do work. So the minister himself did not follow due process.
Yes.
Yes.
And I've seen some people expressing the opinion that Officer Yerima was carrying out an unlawful order. With due respect, the Professor Horn, Sebastian Horn, quoting the Nigerian Air Force case and I think Onunzu versus State and all of that. Yes, Supreme Court has ruled that you don't carry out unlawful order when you are in uniform. You can say no. You should in fact say no. But in this particular case, we're told that the officer called his boss, called the chief of defense staff. So that in itself presupposes that he was acting in a lawful manner and not going on a frolic of his own. And in fact, that officer should be commended.
Yes.
Because he conducted himself with maturity. It was the minister in the video that I saw that was shouting, raising his hand, and this is being confirmed by some of the skits that have been produced. So I think that Minister Wike disgraced the assignment, the office of the president, to the extent that, the people arguing that he was acting on behalf of the president. We don't want Omonile as a minister of the Federal Capital Territory. Those who are familiar with the phrase Omonile, they know how Omoniles, how they behave. So this is a matter that should be investigated.
It is.
If it were another president in office, this is more than enough to ask the minister to go back to Port Harcourt.
Dr. Martin, you're in government. Is there a ministerial code? That's the question I've been asking.
There is a general code of conduct now in terms of how public in terms of how public officials should behave.
Yeah.
Now look at Punch today. I think it's a front page story. Ex-generals, they say they are angry.
Yes.
Because the ex-generals are saying, look, this has to do with the institutional integrity of the Nigerian military. All of them, without exception, the ones quoted in that story, they are saying that, in fact, Wike should be disciplined.
Right.
That he was involved in an act of indiscipline.
All right.
By taking the laws into his own hands. Right. Nobody is above the law.
All right.
And we should not further, disrupt civilian-military relations. What this has done is that if Wike insists on doing Omonile antics across the Federal Capital Territory, other people will be emboldened to challenge him. I hope one day he will not go to his site to take the laws into his hands and they will rough handle him.
All right, like
it can happen. This is Nigeria.
Yeah, absolutely
Anything can happen.
Like I'm right.
I agree totally with Dr. Reuben Abati on his submission. That was nothing short of a street fighting behavior by a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Like I've said in my previous videos, it is so shameful that Nyesom Wike is still in office. And like Abati said, he should be careful. He should be extremely careful. In some other circumstances, he would have been seriously refounded. As a matter of fact, in that entire commotion, there were so many arms-bearing officers, including those that he came with, the DSS, policemen, and the armed naval officers posted to secure that facility. What if one of the officers had, perhaps decided to just do his own thing and had, gone overboard with force, someone that released the shot, or one of the guns are just, by itself gone off? What if the minister had been severely injured in the process? What if a fracas had broken out? As a matter of fact, at a point in the video, we could see that some of the security officers were already pushing themselves. Yeah, and what if one had gotten, so angry that he had shot the other one, and in the process, there had been a return of fire, and the minister had been caught, in the crossfire between military and other law enforcement agencies that were involved in that show of shame. How else do you describe street fighting behavior? How else do you describe gutter behavior? How else do you describe, a base or money behavior? I think by now, those who have been defending Wike should begin to have a rethink and begin to think of projecting Nigeria's image better than through things like this. Well done, Dr. Abati, for your comments. That is very much spot on. See you in my next video.